In my previous video, I went over some of the AI tools that I've integrated into my configuration of NeoVim. And in this video, I wanted to focus a little more specifically on Lectic, which is really versatile and handy utility. So let's return to where we left off. So we're in this notes directory, and here's one of the notes that I was working on. Okay, so we had by simulation, asked some questions about it. But let's say we want to create a new note. So there's different ways of doing this. You could just go ahead and create new note. And you could actually do it just as a markdown file if you wanted. That's fine. You will lose a little, I don't know, there's good reason to use Lectic. Okay, we can nevertheless just show that it's possible, and I have a snippet here, and okay, yeah, that all looks good. And we can, ask it something, say like, explain what DPLL is and how it got started. Okay, space ML. Okay, so this demonstrates at least that you can use Lectic inside Markdown, no harm. But you do lose certain features. So, okay, so there's its explanation. So let's say I want to know more about this first paper and sort of what was going on here. So one thing that's nice, just a little function that I added, which is nice, is say I want to just drill down into this part. So I could do space M, and then I want this, ask for submit selection with message. And here it's going to say, oh, no, you have to be an Lectic file for that. Okay, so this is good reason, or it's one reason to use the Lectic file type. So let's do that. Let's try again, space M and S, and I'll say, can you say more about this? Okay, that seems good. Okay, so what it does is it just streamlines the process a little bit. But you can imagine, like here, it's not so hard. I could have cut and paste that pretty easily, but sometimes you're in some pretty long document. It's been a long conversation, and this is just a way to kind of make that a little bit faster and less friction. Okay, so it has more to say about that part. Maybe worth comparing this with, we could say, we could use Avante if we wanted. We could ask a question. Let's clear our previous chat. We could say, say more about this. Okay, so we could do it over here. This is the sort of ephemeral version. Or if we wanted to make changes, that's kind of useful. So I often use Avante in Lectic in order to kind of edit the Lectic file in a certain way. So maybe there's like a section that is too brief or something. Okay, so it's actually offering me the option of replacing it, even though I didn't ask it specifically for that. Okay, let's go ahead and accept that. So yes, we're going to accept that. So it's basically taken that little blurb and it's expanded it into something a little more substantial. Okay, so that's kind of nice. All right, so that's one kind of nice thing we might do. So another way to go, so last time we just created a file in our file tree, but another nice sort of element I've added is where we can just create a new Lectic file, so N. And so now it's going to ask, well, what directory? I mean, here we don't have too many options, but you can imagine in many you have many options, many direct subdirectories and so on you can choose. So I'm just going to choose this one, and it'll just use the date as a default. So that's fine. Let's do that. And here we go. We're ready to go. So this is another kind of way to go. I should say that I haven't said anything about all the various features and options and tools and et cetera that you can get Lectic to work with, so that it will be able to plug into other tools, using MCP and so on. But that will be for another video. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, and I will put the links to Lectic, the GitHub repository, and down below.